You're about to discover something truly powerful, something that could change the way you see your life, your health, and even the world around you. And before we go any further, I want you to pause for a second and really feel this. You didn't end up here by accident. You didn't just click on this video or message randomly. There's a reason you're here right now, reading these words. Deep down, you might already know that. Something inside you was searching, even if you couldn't explain what for. You might have been scrolling through your phone out of habit, or maybe you were curious, or maybe it just popped up in front of you without much thought. But this moment, it matters. It's not just another moment in your day. It's something bigger. It's a sign that you're ready for a shift. Ready to hear something that could help you take control of your life in a completely new way. What you're about to learn isn't just some spiritual theory or feel-good message. It's not some vague, mystical idea. This is ancient wisdom, hidden for thousands of years. It's been passed down quietly, waiting for the right people to find it. People like you, people who are ready to listen and ready to grow. The truth is, you already have incredible energy inside of you. This energy isn't something you need to go out and find. It's not locked away in some mountain temple or secret location. It's already there, flowing through you right now. Most people never learn how to use it. They go through life unaware that every thought, every feeling, every moment of focus is shaping their world. But once you know how to tune in, once you learn how to direct this energy, everything begins to change. Let me say that again. Your thoughts have power. What you focus on, what you believe, what you feel deeply, it all sends out a kind of signal. That signal doesn't just stay inside your head. It travels. It moves into the world around you and starts to shape your reality. This isn't magic. It's vibration. It's energy. And you're creating it every second of your life. Have you ever felt like something is off in your life, even when everything looks okay? Like there's a part of you that knows there's more to life than the routine you're stuck in? Maybe you've been restless, frustrated, or just tired of the same cycles repeating over and over. You've looked for answers, tried new things, maybe even worked on yourself. But somehow, you keep feeling like you're going in circles. That's not your imagination. That's your deeper self calling out. That's your energy saying, there's more. You're ready for something different. And now, here you are, listening. Because this is the moment where everything can begin to shift. Thousands of years ago, a being named Thoth shared deep truths about the universe, the mind, and reality. One of his most important messages was this: the universe is mental. That doesn't mean it's all in your head. It means everything around you is connected to thought. Everything is energy. Everything responds to vibration. Your inner world and the outer world are reflections of each other. Think about that for a second. If the universe really works like this, and it does, then you've been creating your reality the whole time, even when you weren't aware of it. Even when life felt chaotic or out of control, your own energy was playing a role. Not because you did something wrong, but because you weren't fully aware of how it all works. Most people live on autopilot. They think the same thoughts every day. They react from fear or past pain, and they carry beliefs they never chose for themselves. And that's the vibration they send out into the world, confused, stuck, full of doubt. Then the universe reflects that energy back to them in the form of challenges, blocks, or situations that just don't seem to change. But once you become aware of your vibration, once you start to understand how energy responds to you, everything changes. You realize you're not a victim of life. You're a co-creator. You're in a constant conversation with the universe. And the universe is always listening. You don't need fancy rituals or expensive tools to connect with this energy. You don't need to be perfect. What you need is presence, intention, awareness. When you start choosing your thoughts with care, when you begin feeling with purpose, and when you act from a place of clarity, your whole energy shifts. And that shift affects everything: your health, your emotions, your relationships, even the opportunities that show up in your life. Let's make this simple. You are vibrating all the time. Your body, your mind, your emotions, they're all sending out signals. Most of the time, those signals are random, based on old patterns or stress. But what happens when you learn to focus that energy? What happens when you choose what you want to feel, think, and send out? That's when the real magic starts. That's when the universe begins to reflect back the energy you truly want to live in. And that's why this moment matters. Because from here on, we're going to move from just talking about vibration to actually using it. We're going to bring energy into your daily life in ways that are simple, clear, and incredibly powerful. One of the easiest tools, and one of the most overlooked, is something you already use every day: water. Yes, just water. But not just any water. I'm talking about solarized and lunarized water. This is water that's been charged by the energy of the sun or the moon. All you need is a clean glass container, some water, and natural sunlight or moonlight. Place the water in the light for a few hours. Sun for energy, clarity, strength. Moon for calm, intuition, emotional healing. As the light touches the water, it changes. It picks up the vibration of that light and stores it. Then, when you drink it, you're not just hydrating your body. You're drinking in energy. You're giving your field a direct boost of natural, high-frequency vibration. It's one of the most gentle but powerful ways to shift your energy on a physical level. You don't need to understand every scientific detail to feel the effects. Just try it. Use it for a week. Set an intention while you're placing the water in the light. Say something simple like, "This water brings peace to my heart," or "This water helps me feel strong and clear." That intention matters, because your energy shapes the water just as much as the light does. This is how we start to bridge the gap between idea and action. This is how vibration becomes part of your daily life, not just something you hear about, but something you live. And once you feel this shift, you'll start to see other areas of your life changing too. You'll become more aware of what lifts your energy and what drains it. You'll start making different choices, not out of fear or habit, but from a place of alignment. You'll feel more clear, more centered, more alive. Sometimes, the most powerful things in life seem too simple to be true. That's exactly why many people overlook them. They believe that if something isn't complicated or mysterious, it must not work. But that's a big mistake. In reality, simplicity can hold great power, especially when it comes to energy and intention. The process I'm about to share with you looks easy on the outside, but the results it can create are deep and real. The secret is in how you do it, and in understanding what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's start with what you need. All you need is a clear glass. It can be any glass, but if you can use filtered or mineral water, even better. Fill the glass with this water and place it somewhere it can receive direct sunlight or moonlight for at least 30 minutes. That's the basic setup. But here's the part most people miss. Just leaving water in the light is not enough. It's not about magic happening on its own. What truly powers this process is your intention. You have to be clear about what you want the water to hold. Think of it like programming a tiny, invisible message into the water. What do you want this water to help with? Maybe you're dealing with physical pain. Maybe your emotions feel heavy and stuck. Or maybe your thoughts are spinning out of control and you just want to find peace. Each of these goals carries a different energy, a unique frequency. And your job is to charge the water with that frequency through your thoughts and feelings. To do this, sit quietly near the glass for a few minutes. Let yourself slow down. Take a few deep breaths. Hold your hands near the glass without touching it. Focus your mind on the result you want. Picture it clearly in your mind. Imagine your thoughts, your voice, your emotions, everything you feel about that goal, being gently absorbed into the water. You're not forcing anything. You're simply allowing your energy to imprint itself onto the water. Now, while the water is in the light, add some imagination to your process. If it's the sun that's charging your water, picture golden light flowing into the glass. This light carries strength, warmth, and clarity. Imagine it blending with your intention and charging the water with purpose. If it's moonlight, then imagine a soft silver glow wrapping the water like a peaceful blanket. The moon brings calm, balance, and emotional healing. Let the moon's energy mix with your intention. This process is about presence. It's not about how much time you spend doing it, but about how fully you're there in the moment. You could do this for 3 minutes or 30. The effect depends on how connected you are while doing it. That's what makes the energy shift. Not the clock, but your consciousness. The water you're charging isn't just regular water anymore. It's holding a vibration, a kind of invisible message. This is what people mean when they say water has memory. It's been proven in studies. Water can take on the energy of words, sounds, and thoughts. And now you've turned it into a tool that carries your healing intention. Some might call this superstition, but it's not. It's not about believing blindly or hoping something magical will happen. This is a real vibrational process. Water is naturally receptive. Sunlight and moonlight are real sources of energy. Your thoughts and emotions are real signals. Put them all together, and you're creating something powerful. After the water is charged, you can drink it. You can spray it in your home. You can use it on your skin. However you use it, you're now interacting with the energy you placed into it. And this is where you become more than just a passive person reacting to life. You become an active co-creator of your own energy. You start to shape your inner world on purpose. And that's a big shift. So many people think they need expensive tools or complicated rituals to work with energy. But the truth is, you already have everything you need. Light, water, intention. These are natural, free, and always available. The power is in your awareness. Now, if you're ready to go even deeper, there's something else that can help amplify this process. Crystals. Crystals aren't just decorative objects. They're not just pretty rocks you put on a shelf. They're natural structures formed over thousands, sometimes millions of years. And they have a very special quality. They hold and emit stable energy frequencies. Unlike humans, who shift moods and thoughts constantly, crystals are consistent. That's why they're used in watches, radios, and computers. And that's also why they're used in energy work. When you place a crystal near your glass of water during the charging process, something interesting happens. The crystal starts to influence the energy of the water. It doesn't just sit there, it amplifies your intention. It strengthens and sharpens the vibration you're sending into the water. And no, this isn't just poetic talk. This is resonance. This is how vibration works in the real world. Different crystals work with different energies. If you're dealing with anxiety or overthinking, try using amethyst. Amethyst gives off a calm, peaceful energy. It helps quiet the mind and soothe emotions. If you're dealing with physical pain, especially in the body, you can use selenite. Selenite is known to clear blockages and soften tension. For emotional pain, like grief, heartbreak, or anger, rose quartz is a great support. It brings in loving, healing energy that helps soften heavy feelings. You don't need to drop the crystal in the water. Just place it beside the glass. That's enough to create a field of energy around the water. But again, don't just toss it there without thinking. The secret is in the tuning. Choose a crystal that matches your goal. Cleanse it first, either with water, smoke, or sunlight, then place it with care and intention. This added step takes your ritual to another level. It's no longer just a simple energy practice, it becomes a powerful energetic tool. You're now combining multiple elements: your mind, your feelings, natural light, water, and crystal vibration. Each one supports and boosts the others. And this is only the beginning. There's a whole world of energetic practices you can explore. But even if you stop here, even if all you ever do is charge water with intention and light, you'll still be ahead of most people. Why? Because you're doing something most people never even think to try. You're working with your own energy in a direct, hands-on way. You're not waiting for someone else to fix things for you. You're stepping into your own power. This process might feel small at first, but over time, it changes you. You begin to notice how your thoughts feel stronger, how your emotions become more balanced, how your body starts responding differently. You might not understand every detail yet. You might not know how or why it works on a deep scientific level, but the effects will show you. Every time you practice something with awareness, whether it's placing a crystal beside a glass of water or simply sitting in silence, you're doing more than going through the motions. You're sending a message to yourself and to the universe. That message says, I'm awake. I'm making a choice. I want to connect with the energy around me. And that simple act, it matters. It's like flipping a switch inside your body. Even before anything outside of you changes, your inner energy begins to shift. Let's say you want to work on healing your emotions. You're carrying something heavy in your heart, and you want support. Now imagine you pick up a crystal, but it's one meant to sharpen your focus or boost mental clarity, not emotional healing. What happens? Instead of helping you, it splits your energy. You're not building power, you're scattering it. That's why choosing the right tools is important. Everything you use needs to line up with your goal. When your focus, your tools, and your energy are in sync, the whole process becomes much more powerful. This kind of energetic work isn't about luck. It's not about throwing things together and hoping for the best. It's about making mindful choices where even the smallest details have meaning. And when you start combining crystals with water you've charged under sunlight or moonlight, something beautiful happens. You're no longer working on just one layer of energy. You're creating a circuit. The water holds your intention. The light fills it with universal energy. And the crystal? It magnifies the effect, spreading your message farther and deeper than before. It's a bit like tuning a radio. When you get the frequency just right, the sound comes through clear. In this case, your intention is the signal. The tools are your tuning dials. And your body, mind, and spirit? They're the speakers, ready to receive. Now, take a deep breath. Because this is only the beginning. You've already started combining natural forces: water, light, crystal, intention. You're building momentum. But there's another layer that most people miss, even though it's right in front of them. That hidden layer is color. Color is more than decoration. It's not just something pretty to look at. Every color carries a frequency, a specific kind of energy that affects how you feel, think, and even act. Whether you realize it or not, color is always influencing you. Think of orange. It's bright, alive, full of energy. That's because orange vibrates at the same frequency as creativity, joy, and emotional expression. When you place your charged water on an orange surface or use an orange glass bottle, you're doing more than making it look nice. You're infusing the water with that creative, joyful frequency. You're speaking directly to your sacral chakra, which governs your pleasure, passion, and sense of aliveness. It's like turning the ritual into a message that your body and soul can actually hear and understand. Now, imagine blue. Cool, calming, peaceful. It carries the energy of clarity, communication, and emotional ease. It vibrates with the throat chakra, the center tied to your voice and truth. When you charge water with the energy of blue, you're not just calming your thoughts, you're creating space for your true self to speak. You're inviting in flow, softness, and honest expression. And none of this happens by chance. It happens because you've chosen to work with energy intentionally. Then there's pink. Soft, gentle, healing. It's the color of love, tenderness, and compassion. It speaks to the heart chakra, the energetic center of forgiveness and emotional healing. When you use pink in your ritual, maybe by placing water on a pink cloth or in a pink tinted bottle, you're bathing that water in the frequency of self-love. You're telling your own heart, it's safe to soften. It's okay to heal. And when you drink this water, pour it into a bath, or even sprinkle it around your space, you're not just hydrating or cleansing. You're sending out waves of that chosen energy, creativity, calm, love, into your body and your surroundings. It's like watering the parts of you that need it most. Here's something many people don't know. You don't have to stick to just one color. If your intention is complex, maybe you want both peace and emotional healing, you can mix the frequencies. Layer different colored cloths. Use bottles of different shades. What matters most isn't the exact color. It's that you're working with intention. Without intention, it's just decoration. With intention, it becomes energy. This is how real change begins, by combining tools and focus with clear purpose. When you bring together color, energy, water, light, and crystals, all infused with your personal intention, you're not just doing a ritual. You're creating a kind of energetic music, a vibration that reaches deep inside you. And once you felt that shift, even just a little, you begin to see, this is powerful. This is real. By now, you might be realizing something. This isn't just about individual parts. It's about the whole system you're building. It's like you're placing pieces on an energy board, arranging them in a way that creates a living, breathing field of support around you. But all of this, it's still just setup. It's the foundation. The real transformation comes next. Picture this. You're in a quiet room. The lights are soft. You're sitting with a glass of water you've charged under sunlight or moonlight. Maybe it sat outside for hours, soaking up the sky's energy. Nearby, crystals rest beside it, ones you carefully picked, not randomly chosen, but selected to match what you truly need today. Maybe you're feeling grief. Maybe you need courage. Or maybe you just want to open your heart to new joy. Under the glass, you've placed a cloth, maybe orange, maybe blue, maybe pink, whatever speaks to your soul right now. You've taken the time to set this up with care. It looks beautiful. But more importantly, it feels alive. This isn't just a pretty setup, it's a vibrational field. All the pieces are now working together. And they're working with you. The water is holding your intention. The color is guiding the frequency. The crystals are amplifying everything. And your awareness, that deep, quiet focus, is the invisible thread holding it all together. Here's what's important to understand. None of this works on autopilot. It's not enough to just put the items down and walk away. The real magic happens when you show up fully, when you're present, when you feel each step. That's when you start to notice the shift. At first, the change might be subtle. Maybe your thoughts feel a little clearer. Maybe your body softens. Maybe a sense of calm washes over you. But keep going. As you practice, you'll begin to feel energy moving, not just around you, but through you. You'll start noticing which colors lift you up, which crystals seem to buzz in your hand, which times of day feel most charged. It becomes a relationship, a dance between your energy and the tools you're using. And the best part? You don't need to buy anything fancy. You don't need a spiritual title. You just need your presence, your willingness to tune in, and a little curiosity. Everything else, the water, the light, the color, the crystals, is already part of nature, already waiting to work with you. This ritual is more than just a method to fix one problem. It's a way to bring balance back into your life, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Imagine your energy like a flowing river. When that flow gets blocked or messy, it can make you feel off in many ways, tired, moody, stressed, or even sick. This ritual helps clear those blocks and get that energy moving again. And the best part? It's something you can do by yourself, using simple things around you. You don't need to depend on a teacher, a healer, or some complicated system. You have the power to do it on your own, at your own pace, whenever you need it. All the steps you've learned so far, the tools, the setup, the objects, they're all important, but they're just the beginning. They prepare the space. They set the scene. Think of them like tuning an instrument. But an instrument alone can't make music unless someone plays it. That someone is you. And what really makes the ritual work isn't just what you do, it's how present and aware you are while doing it. There's a deeper part of this that many people miss. It's something ancient, something powerful, and it was passed down carefully over time. According to Thoth, a wise teacher from ancient times, there's a hidden ingredient that makes the ritual come alive. Without it, even the most beautiful ritual is just a series of empty moves. That ingredient is your own consciousness, your ability to be fully awake, focused, and intentional in the moment. This isn't about simply thinking positively or hoping for good results. It's about being truly present. It means paying attention with your full mind and heart. When you do this, the energy shifts. You start to feel connected, not only to yourself, but also to the space around you. You may notice your breathing slow down, your thoughts clear, your body relax. That's because you've stepped into the ritual fully, not halfway. And that makes all the difference. Think for a moment. How many times have you done something without really being there? Maybe you've said a prayer or repeated a phrase, but your mind was elsewhere. Maybe you lit a candle, but you didn't feel anything special. That's completely normal. We all do things on autopilot sometimes. But this practice asks for more than that. It asks you to stop, take a breath, and be fully present. That's when the magic starts to happen, not outside of you, but inside of you. Thoth taught that the universe is shaped by the mind. He called it the principle of mentalism. It means that what you think, feel, and focus on plays a bigger role in shaping your life than you might imagine. Your thoughts aren't just floating ideas, they're vibrations. And those vibrations affect everything. When your energy is scattered, things around you feel disconnected. But when your mind is clear and your intention is strong, your energy becomes powerful and focused. So the real power of the ritual isn't in the candles, the crystals, or the water. It's not even in the steps you follow. It's in how you show up. If you're stressed, rushing, or distracted, the energy will feel messy. But if you're calm, centered, and present, the whole space begins to respond. Your environment changes because your energy changes. And here's something else. The energy you create doesn't just stay inside you. It moves outwards. It touches the room, the objects, even other people. That's how this ritual becomes more than a personal tool. It becomes a way to shift the energy of your home, your workspace, or any place you care about. It's like planting seeds of peace and harmony wherever you go. Imagine spraying programmed water, charged with your clear intention, into the corners of a room. It doesn't look like much, but it carries your energy. That water becomes a carrier of vibration. Imagine placing a glass of it beside a plant. That plant, a living being, picks up the energy and helps spread it through the space. Or imagine setting a bowl of vibrational water in a heavy room, a place where people often argue or feel stressed. Slowly, the tension starts to dissolve. The room feels lighter, more welcoming. You've created an invisible field of healing simply by being present and intentional. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to prove it. People will feel it. They might not know why, but they'll notice something feels better. The air feels clearer. They feel more at ease. That's your energy at work. That's your quiet power spreading into the world around you. And then something clicks inside you. You realize there's no hard line between you and the world. There's no me here and everything else out there. It's all connected. Your energy and the energy of the room, the people, the objects, they all interact. Everything communicates. Everything vibrates together. You're not just a person doing a ritual. You're part of a much larger dance. This is where things start to open up even more. The ritual becomes alive. It's not a fixed set of rules anymore. It's a living experience. Each time you do it, it's a little different. Because you're different. Because the space is different. And because the energy is always moving. You start to trust your inner guidance more. You stop worrying about doing it right. You feel when the energy is flowing, and you adjust naturally. That's real mastery. Eventually, you reach a moment that many seekers spend years searching for. You realize that the tools were just helpers. The water, the candles, the colors, they helped you focus, helped you feel. But they're not the source of your power. You are. This is the final and most important teaching. The truth is, you are the remedy. You are the healer. You are the sacred space. You don't need to depend on anything outside of you to activate this energy. The real tool is your awareness. Your focused, alive, present consciousness is what makes everything else work. Without it, the tools are just objects. With it, even the simplest act becomes powerful. This doesn't mean you should throw away your tools. They still have value. They help you stay grounded. They support your practice. But now you understand that they're not magic on their own. You are the magic. You are the one turning intention into energy. You are the one shaping your space, your body, your life, moment by moment. And here's the beautiful part. Once you awaken to this, you start to live differently. You move through the world with more care. You speak with more intention. You listen more deeply. You begin to live as if every moment is a ritual. And in many ways, it is. Every breath is a chance to realign. Every action is an opportunity to send out a vibration of peace, love, and balance. When you truly embrace this way of being, you no longer see the ritual as something separate from daily life. You begin to bring this energy into everything you do, cooking, cleaning, walking, working, resting. Your whole life becomes a field of healing energy, and everyone who enters your space benefits from it. In the end, the most powerful tool isn't something you can hold. It's something you become. You are the one who carries the light. You are the one who holds the intention. You are the one who transforms space with presence. This is not a gift given to a chosen few. It's a natural ability that lives inside every human being. It just needs to be remembered. Imagine this. You don't need anything outside of yourself to feel powerful, peaceful, or clear. You don't need to hold a crystal to feel love. You don't need to wear a certain color to feel brave. You don't need to drink special water to gain insight or connect to your higher self. All those tools can support you, of course, but they are not the real source of your power. The truth is, the most powerful energy you can access is already inside of you. It might sound simple, But that's the beauty of it. When you truly understand that your intention, your focus, and your awareness are what shape your reality, everything starts to change. It's not about doing something mystical or complicated. It's about tuning in. When your mind is focused, your heart is open, and your actions are aligned, your energy begins to radiate something beautiful. It becomes clean, clear, and strong. You start to give off a vibration that can be felt by others, by the space around you, even by the situations you find yourself in. And when that happens, you become more than just a person trying to feel better. You become the center of healing energy. Your presence becomes medicine, not just for you, but for the people around you. This isn't just a theory or a spiritual concept. It's something real that you can live and experience. It's a shift that happens from the inside out. When your thoughts are clear, your feelings are honest, and your choices come from a place of love, you create a kind of harmony in your energy that begins to affect everything. This is called vibrational coherence. It's not magic. It's simply what happens when everything inside of you is aligned and working together. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are no longer pulling in different directions. They move as one. And that kind of energy is powerful. That's when you stop needing rituals or perfect environments to feel spiritual. You don't have to wait for a full moon or a quiet retreat in nature. Just one mindful breath can shift your state. One kind, loving choice can change the energy around you. One clear, fearless thought can begin to break down the barriers you built inside yourself. This is what ancient wisdom has always tried to teach. This is the essence of what Thoth's final message was about. But few people are willing to truly live it, because it asks something that's not always easy. It asks you to take full responsibility for your own energy. You can't blame anyone else. You can't lean on external things forever. You have to look inward and own your power. That's what makes this path different. It's not about becoming dependent on a guru or a guide. It's about becoming your own guide. When you realize this, something shifts inside. You stop being just a receiver of energy. You become a generator of energy. And when you become that, when you start living in a way that creates peace, love, clarity, and strength, your entire world begins to transform. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to fix others. Just your presence starts to shift the energy around you. This isn't something you do once a week in a quiet room with candles. It's something you live every day. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of thinking, speaking, and acting that brings you back to your center again and again. When you live this way, you understand that every thought you have is sending a message into the world. Every word you speak carries energy. Every small gesture, even the way you look at someone, is creating a ripple. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to get it all right all the time. But when you live with awareness, when you choose to show up with love and clarity, even in the small moments, your energy becomes healing. Not just for you, but for your relationships, your work, your environment, and beyond. That's the secret Thoth understood. The true spiritual path is not about collecting knowledge. It's about turning that knowledge into a way of being. You don't just know the teaching, you become the teaching. You live it. You breathe it. It becomes part of your skin, your words, your walk, your gaze. This is when things truly start to change, not just because you've read or listened to wise teachings, but because those teachings have become part of your everyday life. They've moved from your mind into your heart, and then into your body. And here's the truth. You already have what you need. You already hold the keys. No one else is going to hand you a magic formula that changes your life. You carry the answers inside. What you choose to do with those answers, that's your journey. That's the path only you can walk. If you're still here, reading this, then take it as a sign you were drawn to this message for a reason. Maybe something inside you has been waiting for this reminder. Maybe a deeper part of you already knows it's time. So go ahead, say it out loud or write it down. I activate my self-healing. Let yourself feel those words. Let that be the beginning of your next step. And if this message resonated with you, if it stirred something in your heart, know that your energy, your presence, and your commitment matter. They make a difference. When one person awakens to their own healing power, it sends a ripple that touches the world. If you'd like to support this message, if you feel called to help share more content like this, there's a way to do that too. You'll find a link in the first comment where you can contribute to keeping this mission alive. Every bit of help, every gesture of support, goes into growing this vision and sharing this healing truth with more people around the world. And before you go, there's one more thing. I've prepared a special video just for you. It's the next step in this journey. You'll see it pop up at the end of the screen. Click on it when you're ready, and I'll meet you there. Let's keep walking this path together, because you're not alone. You never were. And now, it's time to remember what you already are. The field, the light, the source,